Evening all, or morning, afternoon, wherever you are watching this. Thanks for joining me, Dorothea, on Through an Orthodox Christian Lens this afternoon, late afternoon into evening. I just have a few updates for you. Going to start with this. Now, I will tell you that it is Israeli IDF and all that. Israel has retaliated against Iran. I think they're still, way I understood, they're still targeting Iran's nuclear program, the nuclear site. Also, I just saw that they had supposedly struck Iran's oil depot in the Tehran area. I don't think this is going to be very good for the Americans and the Europeans or whatever if that's happening, because Iran could turn around and do something to destroy even more of the oil fields, and that's going to affect us and our oil prices and the gas at the pumps for our cars, our vehicles. In any case, this is what I'm going to show you here is Israel's Haifa under attack.
Northern Israel.
The Jerusalem and Haifa.
Said that the Iranian missiles and drones have hit certain military targets in Israel. So these are some images that the IDF has also posted about the same missile attack. We need to still wait and watch as to what in fact has been hit by the Iranians. And we have with us Professor Blaxland on our broadcast. Professor, we were talking about, how this war looks like it is in its initial phases. And you were telling us as to how the Israelis, over the course of the last 20 odd months, ever since that crisis, that war broke out in the Gaza Strip, has been degrading the proxies that Iran has had.
Okay, so I wanted to show you that. The missiles coming into the Jerusalem Haifa area, because Haifa is supposedly, well, not supposedly, Haifa has oil fields there. So that's what was targeted there. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is very important, has to do with the title of my video. Quote, any country helping defend Israel will have its regional assets targeted, says Tehran. As the U.S.-Israeli war against Iran rages for a second day, senior Iranian officials have vowed to escalate attacks on U.S., British, and French military positions. Came out today. On 14 June, Iranian state media published warnings from Iranian authorities directed at the US, UK, and France, saying that their regional military bases and naval vessels will be targeted if they intervene to stop Iranian strikes on Israel. Well, that's already happened. I told you in my last video that the US Navy was helping to shoot down Iranian missiles and drones. Then they said any country that participates in repelling Iranian attacks on Israel will be subject to the targeting of all regional bases of the complicit government, including military bases in the Persian Gulf countries, and ships and naval vessels in the Persian Gulf and the Red Sea by Iranian forces. Okay. That puts all of these Gulf countries on notice that, the bases that they have allowed in there, the U.S. bases, are going to be targeted and probably hit. Hopefully our military won't be killed or, but again, it's our government that we need to blame for having all of our people all over the world in places where they don't need to be. And it's terrible. And, it's always the innocents and the people that are just doing their jobs that pay the price. It's the same with the Israel thing. People in Israel are not very Yes, they're all for the attacking Iran, but with all the things that are happening that had happened in Tel Aviv, no, I don't think they're too thrilled. Although I think they're kind of shocked that so many missiles had gotten through. But they need to blame their government for all their instigating, bloodthirsty, wanting to bomb everybody around them. And then this story kind of picks up on that. And the Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz was quoted in a statement warning that Tehran will burn if missiles continue to be launched at Israel as back and forth fire continues for a second straight day. Well, they added that in the coming days, the war would spread to all areas throughout Israel and U.S. bases in the region. So, and RT says the same thing. Iran could strike American military bases, and they say Iran could target U.S. military bases in the Middle East as part of its retaliation after being attacked by Israel. A source with access to Iran's military leadership told Fars, that's the news outlet, that in the coming days, Tehran's retaliation will spread to all areas occupied by this Israeli regime and related U.S. bases in the region. This confrontation will not end with last night's limited action. Iran strikes will continue and will be very painful and regrettable for the aggressors. Israel and the U.S. will pay the price for being the main pillars of terrorism in the region. Yes, those two countries, means mine and Israel, are the main pillars of terrorism in the region and have been for decades. Yes, we have the terrorists running around there, Al-Qaeda / ISIS and all that, those groups. But the main ones are these two, and they're the ones that arm all those horrible, those two groups of terrorists that are, set up right now. Their leader in Syria was a Al-Qaeda and ISIS terrorist. So, in any case, I just wanted to share this. And of course, even a Russian diplomat is saying, quote unquote, it's perverted logic to call Israeli attack on Iran self-defense. Yes, who was the one that made the first preemptive attack? Who's the one that was itching to attack Iran over a non-existent nuclear bomb, or that they were building it, which they had no interest to do, when we all know, as Pepe Escobar said in my last video, this is about, again, regime change. It's always been about regime change with Iran. Decades long. That's been our policy. Let's not forget the 7 countries that General Wesley Clark brought up in 1997, or actually the day of the hits in the 9/11 hits. He was in his office and he was talking to a military member. He brought up this whole list of countries that we were going to attack in like 5 years. 7 countries in 5 years, I think it was. And I don't remember all the countries. I know there was Iraq, Syria, Iran, Sudan, and I forget what other ones. So you can look up that video though. But Iran was the final one. Apparently the other 6 have already, Libya, that's another one. So the 6 have already been destroyed, those countries. And Iran is the last one. But you know what? Iran is the Persian Empire. As I said, it's been around for thousands of years. It's not just going to go away. In any case, I just wanted to share that particular story with you right now. we'll just keep watch, praying that the innocents are saved, and this world war, is that God lessens the catastrophic effect. Thanks so much for watching. Please follow my channel on Rumble, subscribe to my channel on YouTube, and please like my videos if you like them, and also leave a comment if you like on any of this that I've been discussing. And thanks for your support. Until next time.